Yes, welcome to the show. This is the African Thai Blood, and my name is Sabzuba Akiwande. The topic today we're talking about is the rates at which kidnapping is outrageous in Nigeria, most especially. We all know kidnapping is everywhere, all over the world, but which is being controlled in Nigeria is on the high side, and this is why we are looking into the details. Fine, this topic we are talking about is gonna take place with the guests that I have before me today. I have two guests that is going to talk about this, and the case study for this talk show is the popular native doctor in Anambra State, Akwa Okuko, and as well the native name of this man is Chidozie Unwagwe. Stay with us as I go into the markets and let's get to see what the people are talking about this. I will be right back.
My name is Michael Daniels. That has prohibited kidnapping. The law must be very stringent. The law must be the type that must deter people from going into it. Presently, I don't know the number of years of imprisonment for kidnappers, but it must be looked into and be sure that people that kidnap are dealt with very severely, and those are the things that can begin to deter people. Secondly, job opportunity must be created as a government so that youth are engaged. Scripture talked about an idle hand is a devil's workshop. When people are not engaged, they think of negative vices, of which kidnapping is one of it. But when people are fully engaged, when the environment is conducive for business and all of that, more youth will leave such bracket and come into a better form of working. Thank you.
Okay, so what is your take concerning this?
I can see in all this is because of the situation of the way we found our economy. The country is bad. The country is totally bad. Things are not working good. And everybody kept quiet. Nobody is talking. I think the government has to do something about this before it will get out of hand. But I'm praying, let God intervene. It's only God.
Sabzuba Hakiwande, you are welcome, Mr. Chooks, to TAT Africa.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. We were talking about this guy here, which is a case study on this topic, kidnaps, the rate at which kidnapping is so outrageous in Nigeria. So what do you think that the governments can do? This guy, his name is Akwa Okuko Tiwa. I believe you can correct me about that because I'm very sure you are. I'm not from Anambra State. He is an origin of Anambra. So I'm very sure you know about him. He's a native doctor. And the scenario came up that he was kidnapped from his hotel. Along the line, people have been talking and he decided to come up on social media talking about it. So what is your view concerning this?
Yeah, thank you for having me. Like I said earlier, my name is Chukzevid. I'm from the southeastern part of Nigeria, so let me correct the name. The name is Akwa Okuko.
Okay.
Akwa Okuko, that's meaning the egg of I think laid by the hen or there. We all know how egg comes about. The one we were talking about what happened, fine. It's a story we all know that's in the news everywhere. So we all know that kidnapping in Nigeria is at the highest rate right now in the country. It happens everywhere. It happens every part of Nigeria. It happens every region. You know, as we're talking about in Lagos, we're also talking about it in the northern part of Nigeria, in the southern, even every region in Nigeria is experiencing kidnapping right now. Then when we talk about this guy, yes, he's a very notable person in Anambra, fine. He's a traditionalist, but I don't know from having one or two things to do with those doing illegitimate business like that in the south. So kidnapping, it is not a new thing in Nigeria. Sadly, Sadly, that is where we are in this country. It is not a new thing in Nigeria. But now, what does the government need to do? Coming to the basic thing, the government needs to do a lot of things. We need to look at why and how to curb it. Yes, kidnapping is an insecurity challenge. It's a fault from the security system. So now, how do we need to beef up security? We need to beef up security in every part of this country. Aside beefing up security in every part of this country, we also need to talk to people. We need to talk to our people, our children, our elderly ones, our younger ones, of not going into crime, because it is this crime, and also looking at the reward, the fact that they are able to do it. Don't let us forget that there are some states that have a maximum penalty offense on kidnappers, that they kill them. But how many have you heard?
He said they killed 20 people in his presence, and from people who were at home. So I was not even thinking, like, does it mean that in his concussion doing for people and others, he doesn't use blood?
No, we cannot. We are not in a position to speak into what is happening, how, whatever ways he wants to do that. But we are just talking from the angle of the insecurity challenge. Whichever gods, whatever way you want to serve your God, or wherever, however, because in Nigeria we have a freedom of religion. You have a freedom of religion to practice your religion, not minding anybody. Nobody's going to do you anything. So you have a freedom to practice any religion you want to practice. So when we're talking about, not talking about what the government need to do in order to nip this in the bud. Now you need to beef up security. We need to now have a lot of engagement. The security apparatus need to have a lot of engagement with youth.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chooks. Well, time will not permit us to continue to proceed further in this topic. It's a real elaborate topic entirely. And people watching us at home will get to know that importance of security is very needed from the government to take attention to all of these things. And we implore the government once again that they should look into the how to minimize kidnapping in Nigeria. So according to Mr. Chu, so I would say I really appreciate coming to TAT Live today.
Thank you very much for having me.
So what is your message to the people watching in terms of how do you avoid being kidnapped?
Yeah, to the people watching from wherever you're watching from, how to avoid being kidnapped. Let's not just how to just avoid security. No, you just need to keep a low profile life, because this guy we're talking about, this Akwakuko, he has been in resistance for so long, keeping a low profile. But the moment he started living a loud life and posting on social media, posting fleets of cars, so the people feel, oh, you have money, you have all this money.
You have to pay 35 million.
That's why they are. So the best thing is to keep a low profile life. When you keep it low profile, you're not going to be inviting unnecessary crime to you. So when you keep a low profile, the social media should be used well. It's not until you start putting up everything you do on social media, you are inviting crime to your home.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chooks. Well, I will call it a day for now. Stay with us on TAT Live. My name once again is Ebziba Akiwani. Thanks for coming to this network.
Thank you very much.
And goodbye for now.